Mark, from being here at Ellen White's house at Sunnyside this week, and from talking to you this week about our church heritage, I can see it's very important.
That's absolutely true, Arnie, because when we know our heritage, when we know where we've come from, that helps us have an identity and know who we are. The other thing that is really important about that is that it helps us know why we are here. And so when we know our heritage, it helps us have a purpose and a meaning so that this life is only part of God's plan for us. It's not the whole thing. And when I think about heritage and I think about Ellen White, and this was her home, she made a great contribution to our church. She had a vision that I've mentioned called Streams of Light that went all the way around the world, and that helped push us as a church to print and to share the message of Jesus in lots of places around the world. She also had another vision that had to do with being healthy, and she had a lot to learn out of that vision, because she said she learned some things about her husband and herself because their health was not very good. And so it's because of those two visions that we have the publishing ministry in the Adventist church, and that we have the health message and the health ministry of our church in hospitals and clinics and things like that around the world. And there's another one also that's really important. This one she didn't have a vision about though, and that was education. Because if you're going to have health institutions, we needed somewhere to train medical staff. We also needed somewhere to train teachers in the education system, and to train ministers. And that was, of course, one of the things that Ellen was doing here when she was here at Sunnyside. She was helping to found what is now Avondale University. So her contribution is tremendously important. And without her, I don't think we would have the health message and the health institutions that we do, or the schools and universities and colleges that we do, or the publishing ministry. It's amazing what God has done. You know, Arnie, it reminds me of the Bible verse in Ephesians, where Paul talks about a God who can do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine. And I think that's exactly what God has done in the history of our church as we look back over what has happened. But you know what, Arnie?
Well, what's that, Mark?
What's really important about that is it's not just looking back. If God has led us in the past, then we know He's going to lead us in the future. And that's why it matters.
It matters a lot. And I was thinking that because the boys and girls are so many generations down from the church starting, it's really good for them to stop and study about why we're here and what we're here for.
Absolutely, Arnie, because then it means God's going to continue to lead us into the future. If we learn from the past, we can know that God's continuing to lead us.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm sure glad I'm an Adventist. Now, boys and girls, if you're ever in Cooranbong, New South Wales in Australia, drop into the Ellen White Sunnyside Museum. Now, that's where we are at the moment, and it's a great place to come and learn about your church history. Anyway, I'm Arnie from Arnie's Shack, and you have been listening to Bible Buddies. Now, time is up right now, but I'll be looking forward to catching up with all of you again next time. So take care, stay safe, and God bless.
Learn about our wonderful God each day.